Good afternoon. My name is Karen Cavazos, and I'll be talking to you today about homeless veterans and the epidemic of homelessness in the United States of America. The U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs states that 131,000 veterans are homeless on any given night in the U.S. of A. 40% of homeless men and 4% of homeless women are veterans of the U.S. Armed Forces. That means that these veterans chose to put their life on the line to fight for your freedom. Homelessness in veterans is an epidemic. The economy took a fall in 2001 when the war in Afghanistan and Iraq started. People lost jobs, military spouses were left behind to raise families, and our service members lost their lives and their sense of stability. Many service members returned from war with multiple injuries that took significant recovery time. In that time, they may have lost houses or jobs, or their families may have moved on. In raw numbers, 30,000 marriages ended in divorce in fiscal year 2011. Imagine returning from war with mental health issues to find that your spouse is divorcing you or that you cannot work due to service-related injuries. Let's start with the breakdown of homeless veterans in the U.S. and some of the causes of homelessness in veterans. Homeless veterans are mostly male and make up 45% of homeless people. 4% of that is female veterans. 67% of homeless veterans served more than 3 years of active military service. 89% received an honorable discharge, while 85% completed high school or have a GED. An overwhelming 76% of homeless veterans currently experience alcohol, drug, or mental health problems. I attribute the Afghanistan and Iraqi wars homeless veterans to VA hospitals being overwhelmed and unprepared to deal with the large number of veterans needing resources. When most people look at a homeless person, they wonder how that person got there. They wonder if they're just lazy, or if they have a drug problem, or if they're alcoholics. There are lots of reasons why veterans fall so far after their selfless service to our country. Let's explore a few of those. After fighting a war, some veterans become disabled, physically or mentally. They submit disability claims, but the system moves very, very slow. According to Kate Taylor of eHow, the Department of Veterans Affairs is falling behind on getting service members' claims handled. Disabled veterans so often don't get the money that they deserve because the department has failed to prepare for the increase in claims. For someone with a PTSD or substance abuse problem, the economy has taken an even harder toll. Let us explore some of the programs that are currently available to veterans and how adding to these programs may help get our veterans off the streets and prepare them to rebuild their lives. The United States Department of Veterans Affairs lists 5 resources for veterans in the prevention services of their website. The National Call Center for Veterans provides a 24/7 access to trained counselors for veterans in danger of becoming homeless. The Healthcare for Reentry focuses on veterans who have been incarcerated and are returning to society. Their goals are to reduce the impact of medical, psychiatric, and substance abuse problems upon reentry into society, and they decrease the likelihood of reincarceration. Another program they have is the Prevention Demonstrations Program. The Veterans Homeless Prevention Demonstration Program is another program that's available. The program's initiative is to explore ways that the federal government can offer early interventions to veterans and in danger of becoming homeless. I would agree that these programs have made a difference, but I believe that we need to wrap our arms around the problem, get close and personal, reach out and touch the issue. We have to start at the bottom of the issue. Let's get our brave men and our brave women off the streets. My idea is rather large and will take a lot of funding, but it's quite simple all at the same time. I propose that a veterans-specific 300-bed facility be built in every single city. The facility should be staffed by other veterans who are in search of jobs or who are trying to get on their feet. The facility will be divided into several parts. The hub of the facility will have a fully equipped kitchen. Around-the-clock medical care will be provided, and trained counselors and educators should be available to help veterans receive their GED or take college courses. The most important part of the facility will have a job-seeking service where veterans can go and sign up according to their skill level. The veterans hired to work inside a facility will be thoroughly trained prior to the facility's opening, and they will be able to train other veterans who use facility services. This will increase job opportunities for veterans. Now you know about the homeless veteran epidemic that continues to rise in our nation. You may now think differently about homeless individuals you see on the street. Homelessness is an epidemic on its own. I find it heartbreaking that a man or woman can put their life on the line, often leaving small children and spouses behind, some of them never to return, can become homeless. As a nation, we must stop the first world mindset and think deeper. Become active participants in our communities, and simply put, show some gratitude to those that made it so you can sleep peaceably in your bed at night. People sleep peaceably in their beds at night only because rough men stand ready to do violence on their behalf. George Orwell.